Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I wanted to just answer a few people's questions. I do think that this is going to be of some value for many of you guys. So before I do get into this, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you love my content and if you want me to be your coach in learning how to manifest anything related to your specific person or anything money related or anything at all, really. Feel free to email me at kim@coreunion.com with a short description about what's going on. And then I will send you my next available within 48 hours after you've booked your session on my website, coreunion.com. You can do a 30-minute session, a 60-minute session, or a package, which just makes more sessions more affordable. So again, this is going to be pretty quick, but I thought that these would be helpful for you because it seems that there's a pattern of questioning the same things over and over and over again. The most recent thing that just came up was literally about 2 minutes ago. I saw this question come through, and it was that somebody had reached out to their specific person and they sent them a heart emoji, a red heart emoji, and maybe an emoji with little hearts for eyes. I'm not sure. And that their person responded right away with a blue heart emoji. And they asked me, basically something like, I'm not an expert in understanding the meanings behind emojis, so can you help me with this? So this is exactly kind of, it was a very good question, but first of all, your person would not respond with a heart at all unless the feelings were mutual. Second of all, the color is irrelevant, and you shouldn't be placing so much importance on the color of the emoji at all. What I would do if it were me is just be super excited that you see hard evidence in your reality, proof that the feelings are mutual, and leave it there. And then go on with living from and thinking from the end of the two of you guys being together, not trying to micromanage and control every little bit and piece of communication, every little text, and all of that stuff. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to say, because that literally just came in a couple minutes ago. The other question was, somebody asked, is it okay if I think of my end and not from my end? When you're doing your inner work and you are immersing yourself in being, either that you are immersing yourself as living in your home, your dream home with your person, or you're immersing yourself in having your coworkers and boss treating you differently, or having your own business and it being successful, when you're really feeling it and really loving how that feels, being that version of you that has it, you're really sensing it all as if it's really happening right now. That is living from the end. That is feeling all of the physical sensations of what it would feel like to be the version of you that was living that. That is thinking from and feeling from being in the end. That is living from the end. And so when you do that imaginal act that you just kind of imagined yourself in the home, I would not imagine, don't imagine looking for the home or making an offer on the home, for example. Imagine you guys have already moved in, or you can imagine the move-in day. I like to do that. Like, imagine the move-in day and seeing the two of you guys laughing and excited and so happy to finally be living together. And you see all of your stuff being moved in and their stuff being moved in and things like that. And then fast forward into sleeping together, and then fast forward into cuddling on your new sofa in your new living room, watching TV, things like that. And same goes for being in the relationship. If you want to be married with your person, it's okay to think about the proposal, but you actually want to go past the proposal just slightly, where the two of you guys are married together. It's solidified. Feel the security and the stability of that. And imagine the two of you guys living a normal life together. You're cooking together, you're grocery store shopping, you're cuddling on the sofa, you're making love, you're taking showers together. You are just living your life. So you can literally have a bunch of little visualizations of that. And when you're feeling it, it's happening now. It's happening now. So the real question was, though, can I think of my end being in my future, or should I think from it happening now? I personally think you should think from it happening now. As long, if you are thinking of it as being in your future and you know what's going to come, that's okay. but you also might get yourself in a place where it's always kind of, it's always kind of there in your future, and you're not quite having it. You haven't fully accepted it, that is the version of you, that you have it. You are feeling and experiencing the fulfillment, the freedom, the security of it. I personally think you should think from it and not of it, that it's going to happen. Okay. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that you can't manifest the other way either, though, because we've been manifesting all over our lives. The next question is, should I cut off contact and block my person if they keep triggering me? And so I don't think you should cut off or block your person. No, but I do think you should do whatever you have to do in your 3D reality to keep yourself in a good feeling space. And so if that means if your person isn't, if there are a lot of things being said and done in your 3D reality that it's making it impossible for you to stay in alignment with your end, first, I would make sure that you're really trusting and knowing the process and really knowing that manifestation itself is true, because sometimes those questions make me wonder. But I do suggest, even to some of my clients, when I constantly see like back and forth, up and down roller coaster, hot and cold stuff over and over and over again, that they get some movement and then they get the opposing movement and then they get triggered in their 3D. And then by being in contact with them, they're constantly in distrust and in fear. Yes, in those cases, sometimes I'm like, you need to shut down all social media, stop checking on it constantly, and maybe you need to take a little bit of space and retreat back a little bit so you can get stronger again, so you can get back in your trust and in faith. Doing it is just protecting the relationship. Go back into your trust, remind yourself of the process, remind yourself of everything that's happening is literally contributing to the two of you guys being together, and step back a little bit and just do things that you enjoy doing in your life. You get the idea. So the next question is, what if I was doing my inner work and I was immersing in it and trusting in it, but my person said that they just want to be friends? Okay. So, and then what happens is a lot of people at this point, they want to give up and they get frustrated because in their inner world, they were imagining this beautiful romance. And then in the 3D, they're getting the exact opposite. This is the exact point where you don't give up. This is literally your 3D reality showing you exactly what you were nervous or afraid of. So it's just another opportunity for you to make a conscious choice to know that, is this what I want? Yes or no? If yes, then identify with it and trust in it and trust that, yes, we're never going to be together. They said they only want to be friends, and I believe that. And then you're not going to be with your person. Or you just make a conscious choice. This is exactly what I was afraid of, but I know deep down in my heart of hearts and in my soul who we are to each other. And I've been super clear about my end. So I'm not going to be too bothered by this coming up. And I'm just going to go back. I'm going to stay on a very healthy mental diet. I'm going to get back on my mental diet as soon as possible. I might be a little spiraled. I might be a little triggered, but as soon as I possibly can, I'm going to get back in alignment with my end and stay there. And then I'm going to enjoy my life. And if you're super hurt and your emotions, or if you're in a lot of pain, you're not going to neglect that part of you. You're not going to just try to distract yourself if you're having a deep emotional wound come up. That's the worst thing that you can do, because actually, essentially what you're doing is you're rejecting yourself when you need yourself the most, which is exactly what your person is mirroring back to you. So don't do that. Show up for the little part of yourself. If you're feeling like, if you're raw and you're feeling hurt, your emotions, love yourself, nurture yourself, but know that you're still protecting your union with your person. Okay. So get back in alignment with your end as soon as possible. Don't worry if it takes hours, days, or even if it takes a week. Don't worry about it. As long as while that was happening, you at least maintained a mental diet where you didn't just completely like see everything go to you know what. Like, in other words, you're not going to you don't keep allowing yourself to think that your person doesn't love you. You don't want to do that. You want to leave that in a good place. Okay. And then the last thing that I wanted to address was one of my, somebody commented under a recent video and said, my SP has a kid, and this isn't verbatim. So I'm sorry if you're watching and if I get this slightly wrong, but you'll get the gist of it. my specific person has a kid and I want their attention all to myself. I want to be the priority. I replied back and I said, remember the golden rule. This is not healthy. And I'm not meaning to shame you, but it's just truly not healthy. You shouldn't, again, I'm not trying to judge you, but this is very important that you look at yourself with this. Why would you want, number one, to be with a person who does not prioritize their children? We're not talking about adult children. If the children are 18 and they're adults, that's a different story. But if a child is depending on their mother or father for their care, that child deserves all of all of the love, all of the nurturing, all of the stuff that you and me deserved when we were children, right? Why would you want to take that away from a kid and see your specific person as only giving you all of the attention? There's something there that you have to look at within yourself. And I'm saying this with love, but you want to see your specific person as being the most incredible parent, and that the two of you guys are the most incredible parents together, loving the child and nurturing the child and raising the child to be a wonderful, strong, healthy, stable human being. Okay. So look at it, no judgment, look at it. I would go within a little bit and question, why would you ever want that? Like, why would you feel the need to take your specific person's attention away from their child who desperately and should have that attention? There are plenty of families that have children that the parents have a balanced, healthy, secure, loving, romantic relationship, as well as caring for their children. So that's what you kind of want to see. But if you're having a little hard time getting there, then look at those emotional wounds that you may have within you that feels the need to have this other scenario that you asked about. So with all the love, I didn't mean in any way to shame you with that, but I think it's an important thing for you to look at for your own growth. Okay, so what I would do if I were you would be to focus on them being an incredibly wonderful, amazing parent who raises their child very well with a lot of love, and that you are the co-parent. But before you can be the co-parent, I suggest that you do go within and check yourself with those things of needing to take a parent's attention away from the children. I think it's just probably a little part of you that was neglected when you were a child. So I would show up for that little inner child of myself and really fulfill her or him to a point where I knew my value and my worth, and I could see myself as being absolutely a priority to my specific person, but not a priority at the detriment of the child. Okay. So anyway, I hope that this video was of some value for you guys. Comment down below that you know that you trust in the process. You know that it's done. I love you so much. If you need me, reach out, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.